Hello guys, today I've got some chocolate cupcakes that are every chocolate lover's dream. As you can see, these have a load of different chocolates, not only on top of them but inside them. So these are vanilla cupcakes with some chocolate buttercream and a lovely chocolate on top to decorate. If you guys would like to know how I made these, then please keep watching. You will need 220 grams of self-raising flour, 170 grams of caster sugar, the same amount of butter as the self-raising flour, so 220 grams of butter. Make sure it's soft and at room temperature. Don't melt it in the microwave because it will just ruin the taste. You'll also need 3 very large eggs. If you're using medium eggs, then I suggest you use 4, but if you're using large eggs the same size as these ones, then 3 large eggs. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, or you can use a fresh vanilla pod. You're going to need some milk. There's not exact measurement on this. You may need it to make the mixture a bit more softer consistency, not so thick. You'll also need a tray, a cupcake tray. I'm using a muffin tray. Personally, muffin trays work a lot better because they support the whole cupcake. So I've got these really cute, nice, pretty design muffin cases as well. So I've lined them. They're all ready. This mixture makes around, I'm going to say about 10 to 12 cupcakes. So you may need 2 of these, depending on how much you want to make. You'll also need a selection of chocolate. So in here I've got some chocolate buttons, I've got some white chocolate buttons, some Milky Way, some Galaxy, Maltesers, Snickers, Ferrero Rocher, and some Smarties. So I suggest using the miniature sizes of all of these because what you'll need basically to do is to cut 2 miniature slices, 2 miniature ones, chocolates, and then you're going to leave one like hole so we can use that for the top of the cupcake. So these all ingredients are just for the cupcakes. I'll show you guys when I'm making the buttercream the ingredients for the buttercream. So first things first, you want to preheat your oven to around 150 degrees. Mine is a fan oven, so I'm using 150 degrees. You may, depending on your oven, need to adjust this heat. So I think if you don't have a fan oven, it's around 200, but don't quote me on that. I'm sure there's like those official calculator thingy-mabobs converter things on Google and stuff. So mine's 150 degrees anyway. So first things first, in a large bowl you want to add in all of the butter. So make sure that the butter is quite soft, at room temperature basically. So I'm going to add in that. So once you've creamed the butter slightly by mixing it, you want to add in all of the sugar. And now this part's going to take quite a long time. You can choose to do it with a wooden spoon by hand, which is what I personally like to do. Or you can use one of those hand whisks, the electric ones. Or if you're really posh, if you have a KitchenAid, you can definitely use that. So I'm just going to stop talking now. And I'm going to speed this part up a bit so it's not as long as it really is. But just bear in mind it takes time. So once you've creamed the butter and sugar, the consistency should be like this, and then we will move on to the next stage, which is the eggs. So in a separate bowl, you want to crack the eggs and then just whisk them. Beat the eggs so you're combining the yolk and the rest of the egg. So we're going to add the eggs a bit at a time. Don't add them all together because it will cause complications. It'll be too much basically. Why we don't add them all together is it goes really runny and it's really hard to control. This way, if you're adding a little bit at a time, you're able to control the amount of eggs and the way that it's mixing, combining everything correctly together. So I've added 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract and now I'm going to add in just a half more and then give it a stir. I'm now going to sieve in some self-raising flour. You want to do this a bit at a time, don't add the whole thing or too much that you can't handle basically. So I'm just going to sieve that in. Instead of mixing the mixture, you want to fold it in really gently. And it will start going thicker and thicker. Don't worry about the thickness of it yet, just add in all of the flour. That's why we've got milk on standby if it gets too thick. Folded in all of the flour and it's a bit thick because when you drop it, it doesn't drop nicely. So we want it to drop, but not like, we don't want it to be liquidy, you just want it to drop gently. So I'm going to add in some milk. So at this stage it's all about personal preference how much milk you add, because some people's eggs are different to other people's eggs. It depends on which country you are in the world. So just have about half a cup, not half a cup, about a quarter of a cup of milk ready on standby. So you can see now it's dropping softly, and that's how we want it to drop, gently. Yeah, so that's perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead and put this into my cake, my muffin thing, into the cases. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to make one. So I'm putting 1 teaspoon of the batter into the bottom of the case. So just add that, and then all I'm going to do is get some of the chocolate, so choose whichever one you want, and basically add that chocolate in the middle. And then to make sure the chocolate's in the middle, we're going to add another teaspoon of butter on top. So all in all, in each case you should have 1 tablespoon of butter. That's perfect. So I'm just going to carry on doing this for all of the chocolate ones. Right, so now that all of the cupcakes are, there's like even batter in all of them, I'm going to put these into my oven. I've preheated my oven to 150 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to put them in like this just so that I remember which chocolate is in which one. So I'm going to put that on for 20 minutes. So guys, once the cakes come out of the oven, they should look like this. So you want to leave them on a wire rack to cool for at least 10 to 15 minutes to completely cool before you add any buttercream or any decoration over the top. So to make the buttercream, you're going to need 1 cup of royal icing. You can always, write 1 cup into Google and find how much grams that is. You need half a cup of icing sugar, 100 grams of butter. We're going to use about 2 teaspoons of Madagascar vanilla extract and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So in a bowl, I've added the butter and I've creamed it. You want to make sure that it's cream. And then I'm going to add in 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You want to make sure you're adding a bit extra than normal because we're using royal icing, it does have an aftertaste to it, quite a strong one. So I'm going to start off with 1 and then see what to do. So guys, I'm going to start to sieve in the royal icing. At this stage, before adding in the icing sugar, I'm going to add just a dash of milk. Give that a good stir. Now I'm going to add in the icing sugar. Again, we need to sieve that. I'm now going to add in a bit more milk. Stop it for a second. So once you've mixed everything together, the buttercream should look like this. So you can see when I'm using a spoon, I really have to struggle trying to get it off the spatula. It's a spatula, not a spoon, by the way. I can't believe I just said spoon when it's a spatula. But yeah, that's the perfect consistency that we need it. And basically, I'm going to go ahead and start to decorate my cakes. Guys, once you finish decorating these cupcakes, they should look like this. As you can see, I've put a whole chocolate on the top of each of them. That's why these miniature chocolates are really nice to use. It not only tells everybody what's inside the cupcake. So for example, this one's got Snickers, and I know I'm allergic to nuts, so I wouldn't go anywhere near that. But it also is really fun decoration, and they just look really professional and really cute. If you guys haven't already subscribed, then please do subscribe. As you may know, this series was only intended to make them for Ramadan, and now that we're nearing the end of Ramadan, I'm really thinking on whether to carry on with this series. If you guys would like to see recipe videos at least weekly and any type of other videos, then please comment down below and I'll try my best to fulfill them. And until next time, bye!
Oh, my thing broke.
Oh my god, you need to cut that part out. Guys, we have a situation. The spatula keeps coming. Oh, see? So, please advise us what to do. If you have a spatula like this, what do you do to control it? Because look, it's out of control. Oh my god. So you may have some spatula inside your cupcake as well. Ha! Lol. She dropped the chocolate.
Put it back.
That is the best blooper ever.
Stop laughing, man. You're taking the camera. Stop it.
So once I've added the vanilla extract, I'm gonna go in and add the royal icing. Oh shit, maybe I should have sifted it first. That blooper, big blooper. Shut it off.